let's talk about a really underrated pair of Air Jordans, the Air Jordan 2s. Usually if you ask a sneakerhead, what's your favorite pair of J's, they'll tell you the 3, the 4, the 5, the 11, sometimes the 1, but it's very uncommon for them to say the 2s, unless you're talking to Slim Shady. Did you know that Eminem's all-time favorite pair of J's are the 2s? When he was 15 or 16 years old, he actually got a job washing dishes, saved up the money, and bought his very first pair of J's, the 2s. And so when Nike reached out to him and said, hey, we want to collaborate with you for your upcoming autobiography in 2008, what J's do you want to use? It was no surprise to anyone that Eminem said the 2s. Let's have a look right here at this super duper exclusive pair of Eminem 2s. There are only 313 pairs in the whole world. And have a look at the box. You can see that the label on the box is from a sample box. It doesn't have the usual style number and color code that's going to be on other Nike and Air Jordan boxes. So there are only 313 pairs of this amazing pair of kicks because the area code in Detroit, Michigan, where Eminem is from, is 313. And when you look at the heel of the shoe, it's actually going to say 313 with capital E's in place of the 3s. Very, very creative. Nike also placed a capital letter E on the tongue of the shoe, and that's in place of the Wings logo that came right before the Jumpman logo on the Air Jordan 3. So Air Jordan 2s were designed by Bruce Kilgore. He was the designer of the Air Force One. And the big deal with the Jordan 2s is that they were supposed to be all about luxury. With the success of the Air Jordan 1, Nike decided that with the 2, they were going to go off and design the shoe in Italy because that's where luxury shoes come from. They placed this amazing faux reptile skin on the upper of the shoe. The thinking was sort of that lizard and reptile skin was very nice and luxurious. So Jordan 2s were actually not worn by Michael Jordan all that long because he was injured in his second season and only played 18 games. A usual NBA season has 82 games. So Michael missed 64 games, and when he came back, he actually wore the Air Jordan 1 again because it had more support around his ankles and feet because he actually injured his foot. So there's very, very little footage of Michael Jordan wearing the 2s on the court. We said before that Bruce Kilgore designed this shoe. It was in the pre-Tinker Hatfield era at Brand Jordan. Remember, Tinker came on with the Air Jordan 3 and designed everything from the 3 to the 15, also the 20, the 23. He had his hand in the 28, but these were designed by Bruce Kilgore. So the shoes were a collaboration with Eminem, and they have lyrics written around the collar of the shoe. Eminem was asked by Brand Jordan to actually take a piece of paper out and write out lyrics the way that he writes music, and then they took that and sort of transposed it onto the upper of this amazing shoe. These shoes were owned by DJ AM, and you can see right here I have a certificate of authenticity stating that the shoes were from his collection. I bought them for $610, which is a great deal because this shoe is very hard to come by, especially in big sizes. It's probably worth at least $2,000. And if you think $610 is a good deal, imagine if you scored this pair of kicks on FlightClubAirJordan.com. Back in the day, there was a separate website on Nike.com that sold exclusive Jordans. That's where they sold the Thunder and Lightning pack, the original ones from '06. They sold Nubuck 12s in '03. That was the first ever online launch of Air Jordans. And these came out in 2008. You may not know this, but Nike actually sued Flight Club, the consignment sneaker store, for the name Flight Club because of the Air Jordan Flight Club. So this shoe sold out online in 4 minutes, and it's very, very tough to get a hold of. I really don't know why people are not into the Air Jordan 2 the same way they are into other Air Jordans. There are a whole bunch of really exclusive 2s in addition to these M&Ms. There's also a Bin 23 2, a Dorenbecker 2. There's the whole candy pack of 2s. There's the Legends of Summer 2s that Justin Timberlake was wearing just a month or so ago. Next year in 2014, we've got a pair of white, red, and black 2s, reminiscent of the original 2s that Michael wore back in the day. You know what happens when Nike retros a new pair of J's. They like to come out with that shoe in color after color after color after color. Don't be surprised if we start to see a lot more 2s and if we see some real exclusive ones. Who knows, maybe Brand Jordan will have something up their sleeve just like these Eminem 2s. Only time will tell.